Hello, 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 and welcome back to Attingham Park, you lovely lot. As you can see, I've gone a bit crazy at the store. I might have pressed the wrong button when ordering, and I got to the shop and they said, well, these are yours, and I went, that's too much. I didn't order that much. They went, yes you did, look at your order. Look at your order sheet. I didn't sound like that when I was in the store. That was just because I was driving funny. Don't be like that, come on. So we tried to get as much in as possible and just decided with the forklifts to chuck it on. Picked up the flour for the bakery because that seems to be honking through its productions at the minute. Oh, I forgot to get the basket for the cookies. Not to worry, because we've got the liquid, our new liquid tanker there anyway. Obviously the last episode we managed to wipe 50 grand off of our debt. Now there was a lot of work went into that, so we're going to drop this off and then I'll probably switch to the bigger trailer, and then I think we'll ship a bit more. I might need to pull over a minute and just double check when the best price is for that solid fur, but we've still got a good 2 or 3 trips with this trailer with it, really. Have a little look, see. It's pretty much at its best price ish. So we may as well, haven't we, just get those loan payments down. I mean, once we've got that debt cleared, we can start to look towards moving on to the next phase, really. And then, but we've got to decide what that next phase is. Is it to upgrade the agitator? Just put another one in outright. That'll be adding to the loan. We've got to be confident we can pay that off by the end of the year. It's not like we've got a lot coming back in the in the sense of fields. Our main income is BGA, so maybe the BGA could do with a bit more investment. Just have a quick look again at the costs of what are we getting for these. That's a lot bigger. That's a lot bigger. What are you going to get back? 180 grand for selling that one off if we do that. Still going to need a fortune to come back up. Next level's not too bad. Might be best just waiting until we got 360 and having a second one put in. What do you think? Right, this is going to be a bit of an issue. Oh no. Quite happy to take that. No. Yeah, that's got sold for days. That's going to be fine. Get the shovel, make sure the rest of that's out. And we've got 40,000 litres. That's 4 trips with this, and that will give us some spare. What I will quickly do, seeing as that's empty, because it's been playing on my mind and bugging me for ages. I've got some sunflower seeds in here, and I can't do anything with them. Thought the birds would have ate them, but they're not. So while we're taking that over to there, general tidying up again, isn't it, really? These things need to be done. It's this time of the year for it. Is that actually in there? Yeah. Good stuff. And I think I do like that shed. Very happy with that shed. Oh no, is that because it's on that land I can't pick it up? Must be. Okay. That's not to worry. Interesting. Right. Go and drop the flour off. I think it's 3 o'clock, so let's get the bigger trailer. See what we can get done. Before the sun goes down. A fertilising contract has just popped up, which we've taken. And I've got to be honest, I'm not sure whether to do it with... I don't think it's that big a contract, to be honest. Just umming and ahhing as to whether to do it with fertiliser or digestate. However, let's have a look. What is it? Field 28. So one of these, isn't it? Whether I should probably get the archaeologists out on this field here, don't you? Something going on there. That would be quite a cool thing. If for collectibles you could dig them up while you're ploughing your field. I don't know whether I should use our digestate. It means I'm going to need to get a distributor. Oof. Not on this map. Distributor, however, is going to cost us, isn't it? Not that. What's that, an 8-metre one? Is that what we used? I mean, that distributes and cultivates for us. Oh, you need that as well. That needs that. That needs it. That is it. That doesn't need it. Oh, of course, this can be added on to it for an extra cost. I was just about to buy it, but at that price. Okay, well... that needs a wash. Lovely day again. That will take everything, won't it? I better double check. That won't take it. No, it won't. I'm going to give it a try. I've got to give it a try, and it's twice as much. Taking all the paint off it. Whee! I'll live there. Let me go and check it out and I'll come back to you. That was a negative. Did not work. But not to worry, there's still 8,000 litres in this. There's no extra tow bar on this, is there? But I'll tell you what has. I think I can daisy chain it, I'm sure of it. Oh yeah, Get that over to the toolbox. Ooh, that's going to be a nightmare to get out. Not fully wedged in. This may take me a minute or two. I'm sure that can be converted. Absolutely love this bag lifter. That is Employee of the Month. Still paint starting to chip on this. I mean, the front of it's clearly had it, but it's coming off the doors and everything now. It's just... oh, it's not. There was something that I had, which had an extra... I'm sure there was. Oh well, not to worry. I mean, 8,000 litres of pop on this is going to be fine anyway. Incidentally, I just saw the dog out in this field. So there he is. What are you doing all the way out here? Crazy. Good job he keeps this as a grass field, isn't it? Yes, please. Now, I was a bit excited that we might be getting debt free, but realistically I don't think we're going to be anywhere near getting debt free. Still $250,000 to pay back. But at least at this point of the year, while we're waiting for a bit more growth, we're waiting for the weeds, at least we've got jobs that aren't mowing. We can be making a bit of money on the side from. And that's the whole reason of putting the chem shed in and the container sales is, you know, instead of going down the route of all of the productions, let's try and keep it a bit more traditional with the farming. And then what else can you make from what's left over? Seeds, fertiliser. And we're out in the countryside, let's sell it to the other farmers and wholesalers. And I mean, it's premium at the minute. That's part of the reason for the old cosy lives, isn't it? Ah yes, there was something I wanted to check whilst we're out and about doing these errands. The old fishing club. So realistically, we might be able to be debt free by the end of the year. Then the next stage might mean that we get into more debt. I'm not ruling out taking on a big loan once we've paid this one off for something. But should we, dear oh dear, should we possibly look at a field? Maybe we should. We got here, what's around? I'd like to get that one, but there's absolutely no chance of that money. 9621. That's part of the farm. $45. Which one are we about to go and do some work on? 26, 28? $57. Some fair old prices, isn't they? That's more off. 20 grand. 68. Oh, 5 might be a good one actually. 40 grand for 5. I do like this as well though. But you've got a lot of trees on there, don't you? $22's nice, but it's just so far out of everything, isn't it? Maybe number 5. If we got 9, then we could branch across. At a later date. That's too busy doing that. I completely missed what we just made. Now what's this one here? That's quite a big field actually. Big money's coming out. So this is that small field, and there's nothing in there at the minute. The other one's a grass field. The one at the top number one, at 60 grand, that's probably got something in it. Wait, has that got potatoes in it? Or barley? Might be barley actually. That could be okay. That could, I mean, that's a lot of, what was that, 40? A lot of grass. It's a decent field. I suppose having our own grass field might be quite... Oh, I was going to check something, wasn't I? It's precision farming. We're gonna have to do something with that. I'm gonna have to make that into a bit of a something. Otherwise the precision farming's gonna do us. I have got an idea as to what we could do though. It would be nice if we could pick up a field that's got something in it. I suppose the one up from the small holding. Field 1. So we're going to end up having to lease equipment anyway. See what we get off these. If we get up to around the 60 grand marker, maybe a bit of an expansion. I mean, we'll have to have a word, see if they're actually interested in selling them, but I do know there's a few of the farmers are becoming rather long in the tooth, looking towards retirement age soon. And it would make sense to have one half decent sized field. I mean, are we in we're not in planting season, are we? We are in planting season. We can still get oat planted. So we've got canola coming soon as well. Maybe that little 20 grand field actually. Which one is it? Should we have a little look? It's the one that's covered in weeds here, isn't it? It's this one. Really? You could have got by me. I purposely pulled off there. You lot. Yeah, it's not bad. We'd have to really crack on with it though if we were to pick it up. It could be done. I mean, we could buy it right now. I did quite like this one now, actually. It was quite a nice. Whoa! Easy. Don't forget the brakes. Try not to miss. That's a big field actually. $85. Right, we've got another 2 trips of this, so that's 12. It genuinely does ask some questions. I'm having a bit of a deliberation. We could get all of that for 40. And the small one. If we spent 60 grand, we could get both of those too. One's got nothing, one's got grass. Together they're about 1.5 acres, hectares. Or we could get this one. Okay, so on field 1. Which is, the land is owned by this house, but they don't farm it, they lease it out to somebody else, and that's also got nothing in it. That's ready to be planted as well. Then it's Christoph's again. He's really not been doing too much with his work load recently, so maybe have a word with Christoph. Apparently he's the tenant on here. It's a big field though, and it will need work doing to it. Or we could have 2 plots. But we could be getting a big... That's massive. Or both of them. It's a tricky one. I've just popped in to speak to Christoph because that's his farm. With him being on that field, apparently he owns the field, field 1. He built the house on the corner. It was one huge square. He built a house on the corner to sell it off to keep the money coming in. He's got farmland back in France as well. But he said he would be interested in selling that one, and he also owns the smaller field 9, which he said he's more than happy to sell us if we wanted it. And he said this is owned by Attingham Park, and he said as far as he's aware that's been up for sale as a bit of a going concern for a long time because it never gets used. So I rang up the missus and spoke to her. I think field 1's the best option because it's a bigger field and it's incredibly fertile. She thinks it might make more sense to set the grass field and the small field because then we've definitely got a harvest coming off the grass and we can use the grass and the BGA. So she's probably speaking more sense, to be honest. But and ironically, I'm pretty sure this is Christoph's field as well. Yep. So we'll get this done before night. I'll try and follow the line down. That's a big old spread, that, isn't it? See, I suppose we'll have to think on it. We've got the money to get a field, and I think really we should be aiming for at least a field per year. So we're basically looking at do we take a grass field and then a normal field to plant? Or just take one bigger field? It is a tricky decision for me. I sort of want all three. It's not sensible because that's just sort of moving ahead too quick. But I think we're going to have to make a decision and do something in the next episode, because we'll be into April and we'll be able to get oats in. I mean, the wife is probably right. Giving themselves one extra field and then having the grass field as well. We can always look at field 1 in the new year. One would suppose. It's not like we need a field. I just feel like we've got a small holding. We've got idle hands at the minute, haven't we? We've got time runs, picking up contracts. Whereas it makes more sense. We've got the grass thing to have our own grass field as well. One field or two. One field is bigger than the two put together. I mean, they're both pretty... We're keeping everything down at the BGA, but... I'm so tired. It's probably best that I'm going to make the decision on the next episode, isn't it? Did I block that off? I did. Oh, we'll give these a wash. If we get too far ahead, we could end up with too much work to do. Once we've got fields, we're going to be looking at needing things like combine harvesters, and that's going to eat into getting debt free. Now let's pop that. Can get just there. Just about under cover. Don't mind if we do. So, we do get that woodland there as well, don't we? Yield on that's great. I mean, I don't suppose anything to stop us turning that into a normal field. Once we've mowed it, maybe next season. That's silty clay, so your yield might be a bit lower. This bad boy is 100% loam. Now that's good farmland. And we've got a shed down here, so we can move equipment up to it. That's mowing wise, that's going to be all the way up and down, and to be fair, so is that. What I'm not that au fait with hectares. What's the acreage? So we're currently sitting on I'm still saying acres. Hectares. Interesting. Maybe this will fix it. Nope, still saying hectares. .46. Where else have we got that we can farm on? The .09. That is grass. I don't think that counts as, oh no, it is counting it as a field. Has that been counted as a field then now? What to do, what to do. I'll have to have a think about it before the next episode. We can definitely afford to spend 60,000 on fields, whether it's 1 or 2. The grass sort of does make sense to me as well, though. And there's another trailer load of solid fertiliser that can go. 84,000 litres of herbicide as well. That's nuts. But we'll leave it there for now. We've managed to save up some money. Next episode, we're going to be working in at least one field either way, aren't we? So, if you've enjoyed the video, please consider dropping us a like. I will go and sell that last bit off camera. Yeah, please consider dropping us a like. If you've not subscribed yet and would like to stay up to date with all new content as it comes out on the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm only going to get us another 12 grand in the bank just to push that up to 100 grand ready for the next episode. Am I going to do some herbicide sales? Maybe. I might sell some herbicide to get it up, but we're only going to go one way or the other, I think. We'll either go the 2 fields or one big field, field 1, the bigger field. I'm not jumping ahead too quick on things like that. We've still got to get that debt cleared before we even think about another field. But I think in theory, getting it down, something in the ground, harvesting, will make us the money back to pay for that field in the space of 2 years. So I do hope you've enjoyed the video. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and bye bye for now.